You know what? I don't know what. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at all. You know, at all. Because I see highly peculiar things. I see things that I do not understand myself. I see things that I'm not quite sure about, and I'm at the moment. I'm in a quite uh, strange reality tunnel. Like my perception of reality is quite different uh, compared to what most people, or compared to what my assumptions of what most people have, and I don't exactly know. I don't exactly fully understand how to use this reality at the moment, but I think there, and now I'm using an is, but I think there is something to it. I just don't quite know what there is to it yet. I don't quite know what can be gained or obtained from this kind of view on reality, because I don't know so much other people, or maybe they come out of their woodworks one day and then they'll start explaining about what kind of experiences they have had in their reality tunnel, or what kind of perceptions they have had of reality, or what kind of experiences they have gone through in their reality. So, because right now I'm going through the most strange experiences of reality, and the less said about it, the better. To be honest, the less said, the better, because first of all, I don't quite understand it myself, right? And I don't think anybody else would understand it. I mean, if I'm in it and I don't understand it, how do I then communicate it in a way so that other people understand it if I don't quite understand it fully myself, if you know what I mean? So maybe that's a bit difficult. But after I started studying alchemy and I dropped out of school, my reality tunnel changed a lot. I've gone through a lot of changes over the past 1.5 year. I think maybe that's the time. I get a lot of changes, and I've had a lot of very far out experiences. And I feel like I'm first now starting to learn how to operate in these kind of mind states, these kind of experiences. Sorry. Like I'm first beginning to understand how to maybe use them and even be in these states of mind, because often, when you are in a state of mind, you are maybe here, or let's say that you are here in this state of mind, and you want to move up to maybe some kind of perception of a higher state of mind that you might think is possible. You first have to have the knowledge, of, oh, there is a higher state, or it seems there is a higher state than what I'm currently in, so I can maybe move up, and maybe there is a state lower as well. But it's kind of like, let's say that you are in this state here, and you want to move up. Then how do you go about moving up? Because you are the thing of itself operating on this level, and you don't like operating on this level, but you are the thing in it of itself operating here. So how do you get this thing that operates here to move up here? And I think that's something I find quite difficult to do, because when you are in a case like that, I think you are both the subject that has to go through the change, but you're also the subject that has to change the changer, if that makes sense. I don't know, but like you are the object that has to do the changing, but it's also the changing object of itself. So it's both the changer and the changee, if that's grammatically or semantically correct or whatever. And that's something that I seems very difficult for me to understand. And even because it seems like there's a lot of these, let's say, kind of philosophies, like Eastern philosophies or whatever, whatever kind of tools you might use to think you have a progress upwards. And sometimes, this work, if I take the point of myself, like understanding these points of view, it can be quite difficult, even for the psyche, because let's say if you take an Eastern example of like a Wu Wei or something, you have to do something by non-action, so you cannot take an action forwards something, but even taking an action forward, not taking an action is an action, so it's a paradox. You can never get to the point, you can never solve it. And I think it's quite difficult to go, maybe, or not difficult, but it's quite interesting to go through these kind of understandings in like on a psychic level, because these kind of understandings, they might take you to a point of something else where you gain an understanding or something. And yeah, I don't know, maybe that's all I have to say, so I'll say goodbye now.